Luthando Mngomezulu is a SAFTA and Royalty Soapie award-winning director who hails all the way from Umlazi, KwaZulu-Natal. This year, he won his latest directorial accolade. He's worked on numerous productions, including Umkhokha, The Curse, The Wife, Nkalakatha, The Life of Mandoza, and so many more. The highly accomplished alumni and winner of the 48-hour film project joins us now this morning to discuss how the competition has significantly impacted his career and contributed to his success as a director. Luthando, thanks for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Good, man. Let's talk about your journey, how you started in this industry as an award-winning director. What did that entail?
I studied in various universities. I went from DUT, got my diploma in drama. I then went to TUT, I got my BTEC. I then went to UCT, I got my honors, and I then got my second honors at WITS. And then that's when I came into the industry, and I think it's just been upscale from there.
So you know exactly what you're doing?
I would like to imagine so.
Awesome stuff, man. So when did you get your first break? Because we keep referring to you as an award-winning director, but when did that first break that opened so many doors for you?
In theatre. So really? In theatre, yes. In theatre, we entered, this was in 2016, and I was fresh from UCT, and we entered a competition called the Zwagala Festival at the Market Theatre. And we won that festival. I got a season as a debut, my debut season as a director in the theatre space, and the exact same year, I got called by Uzalo to come be a trainee director. So that's when things started to change for me.
Okay. And how much of a significant transition was it from theatre to the small screen?
It was incredibly hard.
I would imagine.
It was so difficult. But I guess what I relied on was my ability to tell stories. I'm a storyteller at heart. I used to perform myself. So I would be more of a performance director. As I trained, I studied and trained in different departments. But I think the pivotal moments for me was to say, after that first year at Uzalo, let me go back to school. And I went back to school. I came this side. At WITS, I did my second honors, and this time in film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then after that, everything was just smooth sailing.
Yeah, and then, you spoke of yourself being a storyteller. So how much of that aspect of your work finds reflection in the kind of work that you do as a storyteller? Or is there a fine line between a storyteller and a director?
I don't think you can be a director without being a storyteller.
Okay.
But for me, it is more collaborative. So when you are communicating with the writers, the producers, or the actors, it's about what you think, what I think. We put on references on the floor, and then we communicate. We communicate and we find a common ground. And I think that's been the most important thing in my journey, is finding common ground with the entire team. You can't just call the shots and that's it.
Of course, of course. And most directors work on different productions, you know, for the different TV shows. How difficult is that, though, adapting from one, from one show to the next? Because you must be very careful not to use some of the concepts in the other show on the other.
It's extremely difficult. It's extremely difficult, but we are taught to be able to multitask, to be versatile. I think my biggest challenges was coming from long form, so this is your telenovelas and soapies, and then going to short form. This is your 13 parts, your 6 parts, and then your feature films. It's a different ball game altogether. The preparation is different, the time that is needed to execute it, and the skills and tools that you use are completely different.
And then the transition between telenovelas and film?
Difficult.
Is it?
It's not the same thing. It's not the same pace. It's not the same
What's so different,
impulse. In telenovela, it's you have to shoot about 14 scenes in one day. So it moves. It moves 12-hour days on set every single day. In film, what I'm learning is that you can shoot 2 to 5 scenes in one day. And that's still in 12 hours. So you can imagine the intensity of just getting it right 15 times over.
Right, right. And the technical aspects, are they the same, though? Film and telenovelas?
Similar. I mean, we all use cameras, but the method is completely different. It's not just two actors are going to sit down and have a conversation. There is way more to it in terms of lighting, in terms of just cinematography and everything.
Okay. And how has participating in the 48-hour film project paved the way for you? And what kind of doors did it open for you? And would you attribute, that to your success?
Definitely, definitely. I think so in varsity, we would do many projects at the same time. We would be encouraged to always try to find something new, try to think out the box. When I entered the 48-hour film, I was like strictly a TV director, like a telenovela director. And then in that gap that we had between the productions, I entered the festival. And having to shoot a short film in 48 hours, not knowing the genre, not knowing the concepts, the actors you need, it was just mind-blowing. I had to shoot a Western. I had never shot a Western.
What?
And I was told on the spot, I had to write the script. We had to write the script in like 5-6 hours. We had to crew up. We had to get the actors. We had to shoot and edit in 48 hours. So I think that has made me more a spontaneous guy that thinks on his feet like never before.
So this is why you are an award-winning director today.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, and having said that, what valuable insights are shared in the competition, such as the 48-hour film projects, that you think are valuable to upcoming film directors and and technical directors, as it were?
I think it's the networking, and I think it's the workshops. A lot of people who enter are first-time filmmakers.
Yeah.
So when they are going to work and they know that Luluthando coming from this production is here, they have access to me. We can contribute however we can. We can advise however we can. And I think that's why it was so important for me to come out and speak of the necessity, because I have a lot of people DMing me, how do I get into the industry?
Right.
How do I get into
imagine.
the industry? So this is definitely one way to really practice, and practicing is everything.
Lutando, after years of being in this industry, what would you point out as something that gives you bliss by doing your job? Is it actually being on set, or is it just seeing the credits rolling up and seeing your name there?
I thought it was the awards. I really thought. I will be honest with you, but it's not. Being on set is absolutely beautiful. Being on set, communicating story and trying, failing, but figuring something out. And then you see on Twitter or you hear someone in the street saying, yo, this really happened to me or my family members. Thank you for telling that story. That is the most gratifying feeling ever.
Wow. Lutando, lovely chatting to you, man. Thank you so much for sharing some of the insights in this industry that we really, we're not privy of. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Good stuff. Well, Lutando Mngomezulu is a SAFTA winning director, speaking to us about his journey as a filmmaker and all his achievements.